Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. And today I'm going to show you how I make from start to finish, from the pre-ferment to the finished bread product. I am going to make jalapeno. I was going to do cheddar, but cheddar has a lot of oil in it, so I'm going to do a jalapeno pepper jack roll. What? Yes. Okay, so we're going to make them like a cinnamon roll or like a swirl bread, but we're gonna do it in rolls. That way they're already individually portioned, and we're gonna cook these on the Traeger and put a little bit of smoke on them. So super easy, super quick, except for the pre-ferment. The pre-ferment goes overnight. So it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna have this ready to go for tomorrow, and it's gonna be delicious. So super easy. Now, in my last video, I showed you how to do cinnamon rolls using the pre-ferment. So I do it the way I was taught to do it from my mom and my grandmother, and that is really simple, simple, simple. So literally you're going to add your flour, and I'm adding 2 cups of flour, okay? And you don't have to be exact. There's nothing exact about this. We're gonna start with 2 cups of flour, a tablespoon, or a little bit of sugar. Actually, it doesn't even need to be a tablespoon. We'll say a teaspoon of sugar in there. And I believe this is a teaspoon. Something like that. Okay. And a teaspoon of yeast. I keep my yeast in the fridge and in the freezer, so it's ready to go. So this is just dry yeast. You're saving on the yeast because you are literally using less than half of what you normally would for a normal bread recipe. Does it rise the same? Absolutely. It just takes longer. So come on in and I'll show you what happens next. Okay, because I'm making this into a savory recipe, I'm also going to add in a little bit of olive oil. Not much, about, I don't know, a tablespoon of olive oil. And you don't have to do that, literally. And I have room temperature water, not hot like you would try to activate yeast at all. And I start out, I just want this, start out with a 1/2 cup to get this rehydrated. You want a very wet, sticky dough consistency. Very wet, nothing you would want to put your hands in. So it's going to end up, usually it's a full cup, which today that's what I'm doing. It depends on the humidity and all that, all the qualities in the air. So you just mix that up until your flour is well hydrated, and I may have to add some flour to this. Again, it's not an exact science. You can do everything weighed out in grams and all that, but I'm not going to do that. That's not how I cook. And you guys saw how well the cinnamon rolls come out. I promise you, this bread will come out just as good. I'm going to add just a little bit more flour, maybe 1/8 cup. Okay. Yeah. You want a wet, sticky consistency. Can you see how that is? It's not gonna hold on to the whisk at all. It's gonna run right through. And we're gonna cover this and put this in the refrigerator overnight until we're ready. And a couple hours before I am ready to use it, then I'm gonna bring it out and let it come up to room temperature. I'm gonna add my additional flour and knead it, and we're gonna be ready to let it do its thing and rise. And it's gonna double in here. So you've got literally, right now, it's at the 3 cup mark, because that's 2 cups of flour and 1 cup of liquid. And tomorrow it will have just about doubled in size, and it will be a wonderful, wonderful pre-ferment that we can use in any kind of recipe that you want to. So I'm gonna put a cover on this and get this in the refrigerator. I'm not sure, there it is. And I use these resealable silicone covers. They're wonderful. You don't have to use and waste saran wrap on something like this. You can use these. I'll have a link down below for these. It comes in a set. And yeah, you can cover your glass bowls really easily. And they're washable and reusable. Okay, in the fridge it goes until tomorrow. No, probably close. You don't want to let this go more than 24 hours. If it collapses on itself and becomes liquid again, it's gone too long. So you want to keep it that happy medium. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add one more 1/8 of a cup. So 2 1/4 cups of flour total. And we'll see you tomorrow. Well, hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry. And today I am bringing you, as promised, a jalapeno pepper jack, cheddar topped, Traeger smoked rolls. Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out a better name for that. So it is a roll basically done like a cinnamon roll or a swirl bread, only you're cutting it into rolls and letting it rise in the pan like cinnamon rolls. But these are jalapeno, fresh jalapenos, the pepper jack on the inside, and I'll finish them off with some grated cheddar on top. So I've got my Tupperware grater here. I've already done quite a bit of the pepper jack cheese the other day, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll probably need a little bit more than this. We'll see. I'm just gonna grate up the rest of that block, and in 5 minutes we will have all the cheese we need for this recipe. I have my pre-ferment right here, and as you can see, it's all bubbly and happy, and I'll bring you down and show you when I put that together, because you've already seen the pre-ferment part of this. So, well guys, we are ready to go ahead and put this pre-fermented jalapeno pepper jack rolls, Traeger smoked rolls together. That's a mouthful. Anyways, doing these on the Traeger, so it'll be lots of fun and give it a unique flavor and keep the house from getting too hot. Not that that's a bad thing this time of year, but I've got some cheese I need to grate up. So I've got pepper jack that I have a little bit. I need a little bit more. I've got my jalapenos, some sliced. I have one sliced thinly. So thin little slices, see that? And then two that I took, and I took the seeds out. The slices have the seeds, so there's where the heat and the membrane is. And then the other two I diced up, were pretty small, and that's gonna go right in the dough. So it's gonna be distributed throughout the dough, as well as some of the cheese, but then I'm going to also roll it in a roll fashion. Does that make sense? I'm gonna show you how I do all of it, but anyway, I can't wait to show you the rest of the recipe. And guys, if this is your first time here, welcome to Linda's Pantry. And if you're returning, welcome back. I love that you stick along for all the videos, and I appreciate you so very, very much. I hope you hit a thumbs up, and maybe you hit that subscribe button, and then you'll get notified. If you hit the bell, you'll get notified whenever I do upload. So lots of Traeger cooking coming up. Okay, I'm gonna bring you down close so you can see how this cheese grater works, and then we'll get our pre-ferment all together. And I am using all-purpose flour. This is organic all-purpose flour that I get at Costco. In fact, I just had to put the 10-pound bag in here to refill it because I had used all my flour. So time to go re-up. I'm down to the last 20 pounds. Oh no, that could be tragic. All right, come on in. So this is how easy this is. It goes super fast. Hopefully you can see. And literally within a couple of minutes, I have fresh grated cheese. I don't have any fillers or any stuff to keep it from melting really nicely. Or will it stick together? Yes, you could probably throw some cornstarch in there in the mix if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. I never do. I just use it how it is. And just even a little small block makes a lot. That's a lot of grated cheese. These are, and I've got it ready and for quesadillas if I want, or to, make a little low carb tortilla pizza. I've got the cheese, it's all ready to go. So there you go. That was about a half a pound of cheese. All done. And let's get the other paper towel I had with the pepper jack and get that done. And you guys will see how fast this goes. It's super fast. Oh, that one's not. Okay. There might be a little bit of cheddar mixed in with this, but it's okay. It's not gonna hurt a thing. Not a thing, not a thing. Because we're kind of doing a mixture anyway. Okay. Now that I've got all my cheese done, I'm gonna clean up this mess and we'll turn you around the other way so you can see a little better. And we'll get the pre-ferment all ready, the dough all ready to rise for us. And this is gonna be so good. Okay, so I have got, I wanna show you my pre-ferment really quickly. So you can see for yourself. This is, I haven't deflated it yet, but now you can see, oh, look at that. That is perfect. You want it to really be one cohesive kind of a unit where it doesn't turn to liquid. If it goes to liquid, like I told you in the last thing, it's gone too far. It's gone too long. So this is perfect, perfect. So I'm super excited. Okay. I get excited every time I do this, and I may do another recipe for you if you'd like to see another one of these. Okay, so today I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm putting down about a half a cup of flour there. As you recall, I did quite a bit of flour in this one. I wanted a little bit more dough, so I did 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of liquid water. So that way I'd have a little bit more dough. And we're gonna get this kind of mixed around here. You're gonna work in the flour mixture. And silly me, oh, I need my bench scraper anyway, so I'm gonna grab that. Silly me, I've been cutting jalapenos and I touched my face a couple of times, so that's always lovely. I've got the diced portion of the jalapenos is going in. I want that in. Any seeds that might be lingering is fine. It's gonna add some heat. And we're gonna add a little bit of cheese in here at this point in time. Not a whole lot, because we now have to get the dough, just about a half a cup. Now we've got to get the dough together. So we'll probably be adding 2 cups maybe to get this dough worked into a nice dough ball. Does that make sense? Okay. Oh, this is gonna be, so I just literally get my hands in here and just keep, you're folding, you're working. It's very therapeutic. Can you do this in a mixer? Yes, you can. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. This is part of the process for me. I really appreciate having my hands in the dough and bringing it together. That's why they call it homemade, right? It's still homemade if you do it with a mixer, but this is way more therapeutic. And literally, when you feel like you've got a nice, firm and elastic dough ball that no longer sticks to your hands, it's hydrated the flour and all of that, then you are ready to go. Now, I'm gonna need this in, I know I'm gonna need a little bit more flour, but I'm gonna need this in until I get that elastic dough that it no longer sticks to my hand like that. Once I've got that, I will turn this out and I'll put it into an oiled dish and yeah, so I'll be back. Okay, so my dough is just about ready to go in the bowl here. Got a nice elastic dough that springs, you can see it spring back. The gluten's all developing, all that good stuff. However you like to knead is up to you. But once you've got that ball that is all it's taken up all the liquid and the flour's rehydrated, but it's not sticky to your hands. Then you know you've got the perfect consistency for these rolls. Or a loaf of bread. We could do this in a loaf too, but I really thought the rolls would be fun. Then it's individually portioned. It's easy to, share. And I will be sharing. So this dough ball here, oh, look at how beautiful that is. I'm super excited about this. This dough ball is going in this bowl. I put a little bit of olive oil in there. I'm gonna get my bowl. I may need a little bit more. I think I do. I'll get some more olive oil. And we're gonna cover this and let this rest in my oven that is on proof. And let this bread proof, and yeah, this is gonna be good. Okay, just enough oil so it doesn't dry out, okay? I don't know why I can't keep my hands off of it. It's such a nice dough. If you've made bread very much, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that dough you love to touch. Okay, so the rest of the cheese and the jalapenos will go in when I roll it out. I'm gonna get this all covered and put in the proofing oven, and we'll be back when it's doubled in size. All right, oops. And hold on, there we go. Yeah, you could use a damp tea towel as well, but I don't want any air to get to this, so there's that. Okay, so my dough has doubled and it's ready. And look how beautiful this is. It's just gorgeous. So we're gonna deflate the dough, turn it out onto my floured surface, get that all out of there. Any residual sticky, anyway, get that all on there. I'm gonna put this over here to be washed up. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and roll this out. Now, on my last one, I kind of pushed it out, kneaded it a little bit, but what happens is then you've gotta let it rest. So this one, I'm gonna go ahead and roll it while it's in that relaxed state. And as much of a rectangle as you can, because we're gonna roll this up like a cinnamon roll. Oh, look how beautiful. Oh, I'm super excited about this one. You guys, this is so good. And I haven't ever done it on the Traeger. I've just done it in the oven, but the Traeger is such a good option for another oven, right? Okay, adds a little bit more flavor, and there you go. Okay, I've got my dough all out the way it should be. And it feels beautiful. I've got my fresh jalapenos here, and I'm just gonna scatter as evenly as possible. I didn't have very many that were any good, so that's why I did the chopped in the center. I would have preferred to have at least one more jalapeno. In fact, I should just double check the fridge, but we're gonna go ahead and do the pepper jack, but let me check the fridge really quick. Maybe I do have another one. Hold on. Hey, look what I found. I found more jalapeno. Okay, and you just want it even. It's not trying to load it up necessarily, because it's gonna have jalapeno on the inside too. We just want that jalapeno flavor, right? That delicious flavor. Okay, so there's that. You can push that down a little if you want, but now we're gonna grab our pepper jack cheese, and that's gonna be evenly distributed all over the surface. Oh, I can smell the capsaicin. This is gonna be a spicy bread. If you are sensitive to peppers, you could totally seed and cut the rings. Just take the seeds and membrane out. But spice is good. And peppers are absolutely wonderful for you. So just an even coating of the cheese. Pepper jack is good. Colby would be really good. Cheddar in here. I'm gonna put cheddar on the top, but cheddar in the center. It's a little bit greasy. So now we're gonna take and start rolling. And if it's stuck to your mat, don't worry about it. You can get this all rolled up, right? Make sure it's nice and tight. Tuck and roll, tuck and roll, tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. And you want to spray your pan. I've got one of those disposable aluminum pans. Or you would use a 9x13 if you're going to do this. Or you could use a big cast iron, 12-inch cast iron skillet and put these in there. I'm going to tuck the ends in, and I'm going to take my bench scraper and pull this over here. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Super excited. Now this is gonna have to rise again, so you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut these and get this in the pan. And let me spray my pan really quick. I've got my pan here, I've sprayed, and we're gonna go ahead and take your bench scraper and do about 1.5 inches is a good size, because they're gonna get pretty lofty, and you're gonna just take your jalapeno jack rings. Look at that, how beautiful these are gonna be. And you're putting them in the pan, just like a cinnamon roll, okay? And each side, hopefully we've got plenty. These are gonna be nice and big. All right, who doesn't want one of these already? This is just beautiful. Super excited about this. You guys, these are the best to share, like with a soup, or a maybe you've got family coming over and you want to impress them a little bit. Do this. These are individual portions, and there we go. These are going to rise to the occasion, and you've got a dozen of these roll-ups, which jalapeno, pepper jack, oh yes. And I'm going to brush these with some olive oil and put a cover on it and let them rise up. Okay, so the rolls have doubled in size, and I'm super excited because these look fantastic already. So I've got the Traeger preheating to 350 degrees. I have a hickory blend as far as the smoking pellets go, and we're gonna put these on. And it's just, we're just gonna use the Traeger just like we would our oven, only it's gonna add some flavor. When it's almost there, when it's just about there, I'll throw the cheddar cheese on top to melt down in, and it'll add just a little bit more flavor. Yum. Okay, so it is at 355. I have it set on 350. It's at 355, so in the Traeger we go. Sorry about that. And we're just gonna set it right there and let her go until these are done. You're gonna want your bread, any kind of bread, to get almost to 200 degrees. About 15 minutes before I'm gonna pull this, I'm gonna put some cheddar cheese on top. Yes, I am. Oh, so good. I'll be back. Okay, so look at these. They're getting there. It's time to put the cheese on. So I'm gonna put some cheddar cheese on here, and just, yeah, oh yeah. Right? This is gonna melt down as these finish their cook, and oh yeah. I'm super excited about these. These are gonna be so good. cheddar cheese on, finish the cook. Boom. Okay guys, so they are done. They went about 35 minutes. The last 12 to 15 minutes was with the cheese on top. I let the temperature get up to 210 internal temperature. I put the cheese on there when the internal temperature was about 160, 166, something like that. So because of the cheese factor, you're gonna wanna go around the whole edge. And I've let these cool down so I don't let out all the steam, which in turn will make these not quite as good. So we're gonna go in here in a corner. How's that? Go in here and get a corner piece. I can tell the edges around the bottom. Ooh, we're gonna pull it apart. Look at that. Pull that chewy, cheesy bun off of there. And I can smell the cheese and smell the jalapeno. My gosh. Okay. I didn't get that whole one. Okay. So, this is what you've got. This beautiful texture. It is delicious. Absolutely wonderful. This would be so good to put pepperoni in there as well. I'm not gonna lie. These rolls are made for potato cheese soup. Just saying. It might be what's on the menu tomorrow. All right, guys. A little bit of smoke flavor. Absolutely wonderful. All right. I hope this inspires you to do yourself a favor and make these rolls and literally use your Traeger as your oven. Add some more flavor to it, and it makes, look at this, the chew on this. It's fluffy, but yet it's got some texture back to it. It browns up beautifully. Okay, I gotta quit eating. I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious, absolutely delicious recipe using all the ingredients you probably already have access to in your home. And if you've got a Traeger, go ahead and do it on the Traeger. If not, do this in the oven. It's just as delicious. But try doing a pre-ferment for your bread products. It makes things texture-wise, it just is so much better, and they stay fresh longer. Okay, enough said. I'll see you next time. Bye.